I mean, wicked can just be more than just a word, a descriptor word. Like it can be an
An
actual
adjective.
noun.
Barding. Ah.
These
I don't know
things.
any of these things besides
How
Bree's
do you
hockey
how do you
journey.
We got our first hater the other day.
shout out to my dad?
That made me mad. Now I'm triggered.
Oh, and god damn it. What a pro wants. What a pro needs. Folks, welcome to episode 53, Bread Loves Hockey Podcast. We've got Dean here, and we will have a special guest joining us in another segment later on. So stay tuned for that. But right now, we're just going to go ahead and go through with the latest signings and
Breaking news.
extensions.
Travis Konechny re-signed a week ago, but we're
Yeah.
just covering it now. Which is what we'll start with because we already covered the Pekka Luukkonen one. So Travis Konechny, 8 years, 8.75 per for Philly. Thoughts?
He's 27, so like I get it as far as meant like just a ownership thing, like wanting to have a recognizable player who's been here for a long time stay with the club and be here for a while. I get that. I have to look at what his point total was like over the last couple seasons because I'm not super familiar, but I
I
feel
think
like
he's pretty much the best player on the team.
you know what, he probably is. And they're actually above the cap right now. Just quickly
33
looking.
goals,
I mean,
35 assists, 68 points.
okay, on a pretty rough team. I mean, I don't know. I would maybe argue Couturier is a better player. And maybe Drysdale could get to that level at some point. Who knows?
Couturier's old though, right?
He's 31, so he's only 4 years older. But I mean, yeah, latter half of 30.
Anyways, Konechny's only 5'10".
Is he really?
But yeah, I don't love this contract. It'll be like 36 when it's wrapping up.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of money. Like
It is.
a lot of money for a long time.
Like, again, a lot of these signings are with the expectation that, in who knows how many years, like 3 or 4 years, the cap's going to be over $100 million. So,
And I don't know, it might be like he might not have a no trade, or it might be easy, like a good buyout contract, the way it's structured, things like that.
that's
but
also true. Yeah, I
I
can
don't
have
know,
to
like
look at the structuring.
Philly confuses me because like, are they retooling or rebuilding, or now they're signing these players long term and like locking down players? Like, I mean, you don't want to trade someone like him either, but it's just like, I don't know. It seems like they can't decide what they want to do with like the team structure.
They're kind of in a precarious spot because they overachieved last year and yet still didn't make the playoffs. They were like really close and then they just collapsed at the worst part of possible time of the year. Besides the Cup final. But I don't know. I don't know what the best course of action, the way like this team is structured right now, would be for them. They do have like sprinklings of young guys, and then they've just got, Nick Delorier and Ryan Johansson, and just like peppered in these veterans who aren't providing as much offensively. So I feel like this is gonna be the beginning of like really trying to fully tear it down, but I don't know.
Yeah, and like you said, it's like they almost made the playoffs last year because of coaching mostly.
Yeah.
And they also had like historically bad goaltending. So I mean, you could look at it two ways. Like they almost made the playoffs with historically bad goaltending, or you could look at it like, well, they have historically bad goaltending and they didn't change anything in their net this year. So,
Yeah, it got worse.
yeah.
Really.
So what are you expecting this year? Like, are you expecting playoffs? It's like Tortorella's not going to get the same out of this team a second year, probably.
Yeah. So probably not looking good. But I guess I don't think Konechny is bad to keep around right now. And like at least with 8 years, you hope that he's there when you're back in your cup window, if that's like around the time frame. But yeah, it doesn't like make me think, oh wow, what a great steal from Philly to lock him up. But again, yeah, just having somebody still on the team, like with a lot of new faces or a lot of just like moving around and changing things, I think it's good that there's like a recognizable fan favorite that's still there. See, that will
Yeah,
like
yeah,
keep
the
people coming to
locker room
games.
presence
Yeah.
type thing.
So, I mean, I'm sure Flyers fans are overall excited just to have him back, but probably are
Yeah, it's
not in
probably one of
love
the
with the
things you're like
money.
happy to have him, don't love the contract.
Yeah, right.
Um,
Great guy.
yeah, we can cover Oliver Wahlstrom real quick for Zane. 1 year, 1 million. I'm sure Zane's happy with that. Just
Yeah, I
the
think I think
guy that
Zane.
did the thing when he was 9.
Yeah, really good hockey player, Oliver
Yeah,
Wahlstrom. I do think
Zane.
Zane was mentioning that this is kind of like a show me year, more or less, for Wallstrom. Like, you've had a lot of opportunities, and he hasn't like blossomed into the potential ceiling that I think was expected of him. So I think this is kind of his last go around with them. And if it doesn't work out this year, where he has a pretty decent season, that they'll probably move on. But
We'll
I,
take him
I
in
think it's good to
Boston.
give him one more try. So yeah, that's decent. I mean, again, it's $1 million, so not like a super big risk there. And they signed
Yeah.
Chalowski as well.
And then Columbus made a couple signings. They signed Kent Johnson for 1.8 per for 3 years, and then Kirill Marchenko for 3.85 per for 3 years as well.
I think those are
Any
both
thoughts
good.
on the two young wingers being signed?
I think those are both good deals for the team. Marchenko, I think, could have a really good season this year. He was on that. I remember he was on that streak where he was only scoring goals and not getting any assists. He had like 13
Oh
straight
yeah.
goals before he then factored in on somebody else's goal. So nice to just get somebody that like has an affinity for putting the puck in the back of the net. And 3 years is a pretty like decent amount of time where if he kind of peaked, last year, then you can pretty easily get rid of him if it doesn't work out. But I think he will. And I think Johnson is a good deal too, because he's got plenty of time. He's still pretty young. What is he, like 21? Yeah.
21.
So he'll be an RFA still at the end of the deal, which is good for Columbus. So yeah, it's like you haven't proven to us that we can give you a whole buttload of money yet, but over these next 3 years, you'll basically get your opportunity to prove it to us. So good, probably good for both player and team.
Yeah.
And then Carolina locks up Natchez, which is kind of a surprise.
Locks up for 2 years.
Yeah, right. He's basically the whole expectation from Canes fans and just the hockey world in general is that he will not make it the full length of that contract with the team, or he like barely will, and then he'll walk in free agency. It was kind
Maybe
of
it's a sign and trade, and they just got him a contract, and now they're gonna ship him off. Who knows?
it could be. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, you can definitely tell like something's up because like most people at the age of 25 are that's like when they're getting their long-term
That's when they're
contract.
cashing in. Yeah, he
Yeah, so
he
just getting
he
2 years. I mean,
probably did want to
6.5
stay.
per is like that's great, but yeah, only 2 years. But I mean, it's also still betting on yourself because if you have a good 2 years and you turn 27, then you get an 8-year contract. Like that's looking good.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think this works pretty well for Natchez, in that if he doesn't know if he wants to stick around in Raleigh long term for whatever reason, whether it's about the hockey itself or if it's about the area or what, doesn't really matter. It's good for him to be able to get a decent chunk of change for the next 2 years and then kind of explore his options. maybe they look at trading him at the trade deadline in like 2 seasons from now. Yeah, 2 seasons from now. And get some value there. I think this is a strange one. And I wouldn't be too surprised if they did sign and trade him, but I don't know who is like in the
No one's
market.
got the cap space.
Yeah, which we'll talk about in a little bit when. Well, anyways. Lindgren.
Minnesota.
Yes, the Faber deal, right?
Yeah, they signed Brock Faber, 8 years, 8.5 per, and that is going to look really good in a few years, I think. Because there was the discussion, not for long, but for part of the season about, is he going to pass Connor Bedard for the Calder this year?
Right.
Didn't happen, but there were talks, which that means you gotta be pretty good, and like he's looked good. People were saying that this is like a fantastic deal for Minnesota. He's not an $8.5 million player yet, but I think he'll. Well, the expectation is he'll surpass that, and I think he will as well. Like his ceiling is very high, and his floor is pretty high too. Like he's not gonna like if he falls off a cliff or doesn't develop anymore, he's not gonna be a bad defenseman.
No, I don't think so.
I think this is a good deal. I know people always kind of question why young players are signing 8-year contracts because like you could make more money if the cap's going up. Everyone's talking about it.
Yeah.
If like 2 or 3 years and keep getting better or even play how you've been playing, then you cash in. Like you could make a lot more money. But I also get like if you're a 21-year-old, just gain the security to be like, yep, I have $70 million guaranteed now. That's also pretty nice. So I
Yeah.
get that.
Yeah, I think it depends a lot on what the player values as far as like if they just want to have like a home pretty much locked up in Minnesota for a while. Especially, I don't think he's from the area. I can't remember. But yeah, that just like I wanted to get a decent amount of money now, and I think.
Oh no, he is from Minnesota.
Oh, okay, so that might.
That's also apparently like Minnesota is one of the teams that like pays extra for people from Minnesota to play them.
They definitely do that. Which, sure, not
For someone
crazy.
like him, yeah, like it's a win-win then because again, like he's locked up, money guaranteed, and Minnesota got a good player at a good price, and he's a local, which they care about, I guess.
Yeah, comparable sort of to the Slavkovsky extension. I think it's a little bit worse value than his, but obviously different position.
I also think we've seen more favor. Have we seen more favor than Slavkovsky?
I think we probably have seen a little bit more from Faber with his games played.
Yeah, 80. Well, it was only at 84, so I guess because he played 2 games the year before and then the whole 82.
Which that's probably around. Slavkovsky played I think pretty much a full season last year, and maybe like 10 games, so pretty comparable.
Yeah, which is weird. Like I like this contract, but Slavkovsky, I was like, I don't know about that. Like you don't know how he's gonna pan out, but.
Oh really? I do think that Slavkovsky's
like, which is weird. Like, cause I'm thinking about it now, like I felt like it was so risky, and this I don't. So I don't know what the difference is. Maybe in my head I just think Faber is a more dependable player, but I don't know.
We'll check back in 8 years.
Yep. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Arbor Zakai, Wi-Fi.
Yeah, he re-signs.
2 years, 1.3 per. Perfect contract for that guy. The Sheriff.
The Sheriff could probably. I wouldn't. I don't know. I think he doesn't provide enough offense to justify 1.3. But
it's at the upper end of like a bottom
favorite thing.
Defenseman. I feel like.
Yeah, I guess so. It's not like this is gonna make or break the Canadian season or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, and then they also went ahead and signed another defenseman for 2 years, Justin Barron, 1.15, so pretty comparable. And he's 22 and that guy's 23, so
yeah,
pretty good. Just signing some depth defense there.
And they locked up Gooley as well, Caden Gooley, who's also a young defenseman, 22 years.
5.5 for 6 years.
Yeah. I have to admit I don't know enough about Gooley. I've definitely heard some things. I feel like I've
I
seen his
don't
micro
either.
stats before, and they
That's one of the
weren't
things
too
where I'm like,
bad.
that seems like a lot of money for someone I don't know very well.
Yeah, it might just
Again,
be
he's only
like we're not
22, and like,
too familiar.
what have the Canadians done in the last however? Like, he's only played 114 games in the league, so it's like lots of these young guys are just getting big contracts, which is like it's very different than how signings used to be a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely true.
But maybe teams again, like I keep mentioning the cap, like the teams like, well, the cap's going up, we'll just sign these guys now, and then the deals will look really good. And then the players are like, well, I just get guaranteed money now, why not?
Yeah.
I don't care if I like if I play above my contract, like McKinnon did that for like his last like super long contract. It was everyone's like, this is the best deal in the league, and like, I mean, it probably pissed him off a little bit because then he went ahead and was the highest paid player for a little bit.
Yeah.
But like,
It's like, okay, I don't really love
I'm sick of
being
hearing.
named like the best value contract in the league. That's not
It
really
means you're really good.
yeah, like, oh, you're really good, really, but you just don't make enough money.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's the end of that.
The
Just
only other really big signing was Ryan Lindgren, 1 year, 4.5 per.
I
For
don't
the
know if he's
Rangers.
worth that much, but I mean, it's not like
Here.
terrible, yeah. And I always forget that Jack Guy is a defenseman. I always think he's a forward.
Mm,
Um, so I guess I don't know. That changes things a little bit for me. I do think that the value's a little bit better there. If he's a third or second pair defenseman, but yeah, just
yeah.
looking at the Canadians' defense projected here, we have Matheson, Savard, Harris, Xhekaj, Barron, and Gooley. I don't know how
And
I
like
feel about that.
collectively, their bottom four probably haven't played 500 games in the league.
No, definitely not. I don't know. I don't know if that's the. I don't think that's the pairings.
Lots of young guys
But
there.
yeah, lots of them. Oh, here we go. Let me use this new depth chart tool, which we'll bring up in a little bit here. There we go. Yeah, Matheson, Barron, Gooley, Savard, Xhekaj, Harris is the projected pairings. So we'll see. I feel like I've heard decent things about Harris, but he's still pretty young, projected third liner. So I don't know. I mean, again, I don't think either of us are expecting the Canadians to be pushing for a playoff spot again this year. Like, again, not pushing. They didn't push last year, I can tell you that. But yeah, this doesn't buoy my spirits on them.
Mm-hmm.
Was that it for the signings? I think so.
Pretty much.
So some decent one. Nico Dawes re-signs with New Jersey. That they have a lot different goalie needs now, so he'll be the third string guy. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Dustin Wolf also signs with Calgary, which is good because they need somebody. Like right now, their goalie situation is not looking very tested as far as either one being a NHL starter. Wolf has barely played, and Vladar has never been a starting goalie, so they'll probably split starts. And a lot of people are expecting the Flames to be like bottom 5 this year.
Yeah.
So finally embracing the rebuild, which is the best thing for them, to be honest.
A little late, but
yeah, I think they could have benefited from doing that a couple of years ago.
I also remember last year before the season started, people talking about like they could make like this could be like they had a bit off year the year before, but like this year they could make like a big splash, and then they did not, and they're like, well, maybe we were wrong. Maybe it's time to blow it up.
We both had them in our preseason brackets as making the playoffs, so at the time it was like, yeah, I could see like enough tweaks like pushing them back in, but happens. Let's talk about what I referenced just a moment ago, the new tool for providing lines, projected pairs, and forward lines, which is through TheHockeyNews.
I saw you shared this article, but I didn't have a chance to look at it. But you talked about teaming up with the guys at Evolving Hockey, which is a good like kind of deep stat website. So whatever he's got for us, I'm excited.
Yeah, and so this is coming to us from Tim Hebert, who was with the Cap Friendly website for about 6 years doing their projected lineups. So good to get somebody who was involved there with a pretty reputable site. Still working on something for fans. So I am a fan of that. I don't know if you've really checked out the actual tool itself. It's kind of
The lineups tool you're saying?
yeah.
I'm looking at it right now. So it's just like a PDF. I'll have this upcoming schedule. That's cool. And then you can download the PDF. And then I kind of like the way the Daily Faceoff has the pictures, though. But I can get used to a list, I guess. But it's also nice the details they have. So they have like age up down to the 10th of a decimal.
Yeah, they do.
Elias Lindholm is 29.7 years old. Good to know.
That is. I'm also looking at the Bruins one.
Position, what hand they are, height, weight, cap hit, when it expires, and then I guess you have to scroll all the way down to get to the scroll bar, which I guess is not uncommon on a lot of websites, but slightly annoying.
Yeah, that
and then
is kind of a bummer.
they have like how they required stats, so very like similar to what you see on Cap Friendly.
Yep.
So I assume this is just updated as like day by day or game by game.
I think the goal was to try to have the updates be as current as possible.
I'm just going to say right now, I don't think Lee Sell is going to be a third line. I think they're going to have him on the second. But I guess we'll see if lineups is right or if just some random Bruins fan is right.
Put him in Geeky's place, you thinking?
Yeah. I don't know if they want him playing like bottom six role.
Right.
So I think
that's not where they drafted him.
We're missing a top six winger, so like the plan I think is to have Lee Sell fill in. But that's a discussion for another day when we go through the
when
Bruins.
Zach comes on.
Yeah.
I figured we'd hold off on that one until Swayman signs. Who knows?
Signs.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I think we don't have either of them anymore.
Yeah, they're both gone. So we're screwed.
Like Swayman has all the leverage. He's like, well, you got rid of Olmark and you have Korpisalo, so it's like you're not going to get rid of me. I know that. I can ask for whatever I want, basically.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we only have like $8.5 million in cap space, so like
They
yeah.
can
So
just...
you gotta trade Pasta if you want me. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. That's probably not the first pick that the Bruins would go for as far as trade candidates.
Maybe not.
McAvoy. Yeah, McAvoy.
Yeah, I like this. This is very precise and to the point, and the stats you want are right there.
Yep. Yeah, no, I'm a fan.
We'll see how much I use this during the season.
I am just glad to see that other people were really considering, coming up with alternatives after Cap Friendly left. So good to see the torch being passed on, so to speak.
Yeah, it's good to have passionate hockey fans out there that also know how to use a mouse and keyboard and make these websites for us.
Thank you.
Yep.
For the dummies out there, like us.
In other news, we have Laine is cleared to resume play. So he's out of the players' assistance program, but he's still recovering from his shoulder surgery, I believe it is.
Oh,
whatever injury. He's not like fully healed, so he's not ready to play yet, but he's cleared to play mentally, but he's not physically ready to play.
One hurdle at a time.
Yeah. So he wanted a trade, or I forget if the team talked about trading. I think it was mutual, and then he went into the players' assistance program. So like now might not be a good time to trade him.
Yeah.
So now trade talks are kind of back on the table. It's funny because if you like look at just different teams, like if you Google like I don't know the Bruins or whatever, it's like half the league is like, oh, could Laine be a fit on this team? And like, so I mean, people are definitely talking about it, but I think with his contract, teams you would think would want him to have more of like a proven track record. It's like he hasn't been a huge goal scorer since he was like brought into the league, so you'd probably want to see him kind of perform a little bit before you shell out the money for him.
I think so too. He's got 2 years left on an 8.7 million per deal, so that's a lot, and not a whole lot of teams can currently accommodate that, especially ones that are in a position where it makes sense for them to trade for him. Like, okay,
I could also see like Utah just being like, "We got the money, we'll just try it. Why not?"
they've got 9.9 million in cap space. I don't know what they've got. Well, they do have 23 out of 23 roster spots filled, so they'd have to bump somebody. And they don't have any RFAs right now. So, oh no, they have Victor Soderstrom is their only RFA, but he's not gonna be the reason they wouldn't do something like that.
Yeah.
So that would be crazy, first of all. But yeah, I do feel like a lot of people will be talking about a potential Laine trade during the offseason, but it won't happen. If anything, it will happen this trade deadline or next trade deadline, to be honest with you. Like, I think
Yeah, I
people
think it's
want to
one of those
see.
things that like gets hyped up a bunch and then it'll be like not even this year.
Yeah, I think it makes more sense as the team trading for him, like you said, to just see how he does when there's not a lot of pressure coming back into Columbus. Like, yeah, he still doesn't want to. Maybe he doesn't want to be there right now. Part of it could be whatever he was going through with the players' assistance program. Um, but I think you just kind of want to see how he does with a team that doesn't have a lot of expectations going into this season still. And then if he's still performing pretty well, then you sort of look at it and maybe the price will be different then, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe not. Um, but I think that's the idea. I know some people were talking about the Canes as being a possible candidate because they don't have quite enough, and they do have to re-sign Seth Jarvis also, which is going to eat up a chunk of change. But I feel like if they really wanted to do it, then maybe they could. But I'm again leaning towards holding off for now.
Yep.
But
Me
good to
too.
have him back.
You think it's time to jump into our segment?
You know what? I think it is. I think we're gonna head now to our special guest, as long as us, and we're gonna be talking about our favorite, ranking the home jerseys with Bree.
Yeah. We created a tier list, and the crazy thing is we agreed on every single one.
Yeah,
Check it out.
I couldn't believe it. Welcome.
Um,
Happy to be back. It's been a while.
it has been a while.
Yeah, as
So yeah, we're gonna collaborate on a tier list, and hopefully we don't have too many major disagreements. But we're gonna rank the new jerseys. What better off-season activity than to say what jerseys are our favorites? And then I guess we'll post a picture of our tier list at the end, and then
Fun.
you can visually or not visually, um, I don't know, non-visually follow along as you listen.
yeah.
You're expected to know what the jerseys look like off the top of your head. Good luck. Thank you.
Well, we'll put a picture of that up for you. And if you're not watching and only listening,
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, off the top of your head.
Good luck.
I could describe every single jersey if that's what you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
we'll
Yeah,
We can do that.
called the
be
bluff
here a
on that one.
while.
Anaheim.
Okay.
Brand new design for this year, going back to the Mighty Ducks logo,
Mm-hmm.
but it has been altered slightly. Bree, first thoughts. I don't even know if you've seen this yet.
First impressions, I do like it.
That's good.
I feel like I wish the hockey sticks were a slightly different color than orange, which, like, they are slightly off, but I feel like they blend into the background a bit. That's my
Okay.
immediate first thought.
That is new for this logo. That the previous iteration didn't have the orange sticks, so that is different.
But it had sticks previously.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Where would you put this on the tier list, do you think?
Are we allowed to move them later is my first question.
We could probably do like a final reshuffle at the end. Like after we've really taken all of them into consideration and you're like, wait, did I really put that one in the same tier as that
This
one?
one's tough because so right now I'm thinking of like I'm looking through all the jerseys. I'm like, what do I really have as S tier? And I'm like, this is
Right.
honestly like one of my favorite jerseys. I
I-
really like this one. So
I
was gonna
really
put
like it
at S.
too.
I was gonna say A. I feel like going straight for S is kind of a lot at first.
We're gonna reshuffle, so it's okay. I feel like
Okay.
it's just tough that just happens to be the first one. Maybe the best one just happened to be the first one. You know.
Fair enough. All right, put it at S.
Yeah, we can always lower it later, but I don't know what I like more than it. Honestly,
It's very good, and they are
Orange is good.
leaning into the orange with the whole Orange County, and they're just trying to really build that identity. So they wanted to, take aspects of the logo that everybody's wanted them to switch back to for a long time, but made it something a little bit newer. And I really wouldn't be surprised if they did a third jersey at some point that was the teal and eggplant, or the jade and eggplant, because those are great colors too.
Yeah.
And I think the 30th anniversary jersey sold very well. That I was a big fan of that one. Thank you, Bree's parents, for getting me that one.
Go my parents. Shout out to you if you're listening. They're not. They're definitely not.
Maybe someday.
All right, bestie.
Oh.
All
Anywho,
right, next one.
so
This one's actually
it
an
would
S
be
tier,
Arizona,
actually.
but not anymore.
Oh, so it's Boston, which
Yes.
is also an S tier, obviously.
Well,
Oh, Bree's not so sure.
first
No,
off,
well,
I'm
I'll let-
looking on
I'm
the.
gonna be biased.
Well, of course. On the tier list, the Sabres and Boston are right next to each other, and they look literally identical in the stripes. And I hate that. Where it's the originality. But anyway,
We
first.
have a white one in the middle.
What was that?
We have a white one in the middle.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
It's a little tough to tell.
Yeah. But this, anyway, that's another topic. I mean, it's
And the
good.
shoulders.
It's like it feels classic,
Yeah.
but it's like nothing special. Sorry, D.
I think the classic is what you can lean on. I think, well, even with my bias, like it's obviously not an S tier jersey. I'd say a solid A.
I think A is I could do A.
I'm
Then-
down for A.
Cool.
Just a classic look.
It is, yeah. I can agree with the classic. What's the next one?
Sabres is next, so
Buffalo.
See, I don't like how blue it is. I feel like you
Oh.
need the shoulders. you
See,
know?
I do like the blue.
there we
I'd
go.
have to disrespectfully agree.
Disrespectfully.
Respectfully agree. I disagree. I said it backwards. I'm nervous.
You agreed. So you agree.
No.
Yeah.
I like the color. I like the blue that they chose.
I mean, I do too. I don't know.
I
Again,
like
I don't
the
think
blue
it's
a lot.
anything special.
I think this is like the best Sabres jersey, like home jersey that they've ever had. So
Strong
I
opinion.
think it's pretty good.
Not
I would
S
put
tier,
it.
though.
I would put it in A tier. I think I could go S, but I don't think you guys are there.
No.
No,
So-
I was leaning more towards B.
I was also leaning towards B.
B really?
Oh, yeah.
Like I like it, but not. I can see where you're coming
Oh,
from.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
The,
That's
the,
two Bs, so
The
we're
crest
putting in
is
B.
also like the buffalo is all chain stitched, which is very nice, and it has like a nice
Can you pull
sublimated
up a
thing.
close-up one?
I can go grab the one that I have.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay. Yeah, talk amongst yourselves.
Okay. I was also gonna talk about how I don't like the stripes, but since you point out that they're so similar to the Boston, like, well, now I can't say anything bad about the stripes.
Okay, here we
Here
go.
we go. So-
It does look pretty good in person. I'll say that.
It's tough to tell on the camera, but you can sort of see the texture of the buffalo there,
Oh yeah.
and it's just a really nice addition.
See, I think that's the thing with not having a detailed picture is we're kind of losing some of the.
Yeah.
But
Some
Yeah,
of the
I feel
finer
like-
details.
I feel like now you're just trying to cheat and get us to, using
That's true.
props. I feel like that's not
Props.
allowed.
Well, I don't have.
I still
Ducks
wouldn't.
one.
I definitely would not put it at S tier. I'm still leaning towards B. I'm gonna be honest.
My vote was A, so
All right, well, we're putting it at B. We
okay.
have two B's
fine.
and an A. I'm following along
just
too, so I can
put
like
that
track.
there.
everything.
As your guest, I think you should listen to what I have to say.
Yeah, hers is weighted twice as well.
I like that.
All right.
Yeah.
Calgary.
Where's that one? Oh, wait, where? No.
Oh. That's arguably
I-
my favorite home jersey right now.
That's disgusting.
So the reason this one doesn't bug me as much about the same like the no shoulder differentiation is because the stripes are larger, so it's
That's-
not like as much of just the full color.
I think I'm just a little biased towards stripes, is what I'm figuring out. But I don't like the fact that they're bigger.
When you said that you,
You're gonna love
you
the,
only care
like,
about
the
the colors,
choice.
I mean, these are kind of useful if you want to get to some of the details, but we can probably just go by the previews.
All I need are the colors.
Just the colors. Not the striping or...
No, just the colors.
Oh, and now you do care about
Oh, that's
the
why she loves
stripes.
Columbus so much. They only have the like weird.
Thanks, Columbus.
um,
Anyway,
but I would put this at A. I love the red and yellow combo in general.
I think I'm gonna lose this one, so I'll settle for A. That's okay.
Okay.
No way we can get that up to S tier, guys.
S tier?
Not yet. We can reevaluate.
Okay,
Yeah, exactly what Dean said.
that's a no.
I'm I'm ranking each level, so I'm putting that behind the Bruins. I mean, they're actually those are pretty close, honestly,
I
even
like
with my
Harrison.
bias. All right, Carolina.
Sorry.
I can't. You're gonna have
Yeah,
to.
yeah, it's that one.
Okay.
The double flag.
That's their normal home one this year.
Yeah, that was their home jersey last year too.
Was it really?
Yep.
I know. I think
Well,
Eddie might be
That was
messing
how
with
much
your
I
jersey.
follow them.
Yeah,
I thought it
he's
was
just playing inside.
their
It's
other
good.
one.
I like it quite a bit.
It's good.
Um,
Can I see a bigger
I think
picture?
this might be the only other jersey in here that's like borderline S for me.
It's just pull up the other one.
what?
The other collage. I don't
Oh,
need like
this?
that big of a picture. I
I
just
did-
need it slightly bigger than what that was. Thank you.
I
So
already.
it's gray on the shoulders, more than
Yeah,
black.
just a little bit off color.
Okay, so like a.
It's
yeah.
like a
But-
slightly less black.
I
yeah.
don't hate that though because it just gives it. It breaks it up a
It's
little
just
bit.
like the red accent I just love. Like it's not
Yeah.
overdoing it, but
I could put this at A.
I would be okay with either A or S. So
Yeah, I'm open to either, honestly.
how about we do A at the front of A? The best of the A's.
all right, yep, I'm with it. No, I think I like the Calgary one more, but it is pretty good.
Well, you lost that battle though.
That's yeah. You know what?
All
Just
right,
to move on.
Chicago. How about those
so. A
stripes,
lot of
Bree?
C's. I gotta find it first.
There are 5 C's. for those playing at home.
I hate it less than the other ones.
Really, I think it's worse.
I don't know. Yeah, because I don't like the white on the bottom.
Black and white is like
It's too basic almost. Can I see a bigger picture?
Yes.
I am blind. You have to understand that.
I
Yeah.
would put this at C tier.
C tier? I was actually kind of thinking C tier. Like I said, I didn't mind it, but now that I see it, the white just is a bad choice.
Those stripes are not.
I'm not
great.
a fan either. I like the away jersey that they have more than their home jersey. I think like the logo looks a lot better
We'll
on
have
it.
to save that for another tier list.
Yeah. I'm good with C. I mean maybe D for me, but C is fine.
We'll reassess.
Okay.
I'm sure a lot of people are like cringing because it's such a classic look and it's been around, forever, but I've just
Too
never
bad.
really been a big fan. I'm not a red fan either.
I mean, aren't they?
Colorado.
Never mind.
Colorado, here you go.
Keep myself-
It's just one of the ones where I'm like, it looks a lot better in
Hmm.
person. Like
Guess
when
we'll
it's
just keep
on the ice, as opposed to like the way the like pattern lines up with just a jersey like this.
Yeah,
As opposed
that's what I have a problem with. Is like I don't like it without seeing it on a person. I feel like it's like you're saying different when someone's wearing it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, like there are differences between like a jersey ranking and a uniform ranking.
True.
Like
Very
the
true.
whole uniform can really make or break. So I mean, in this case, we're already kind of doing just the jersey. So I
Yeah, we
guess
should stick with that.
let's just isolate it. I'm not a fan of this look myself. I would go C or D.
Yeah, I don't like the way it's.
I don't like
Yeah.
the gray. I've never been a big fan of the logo either.
Yeah.
Is it gray or
Yeah.
blue?
Well, the little gray in there. There's
Oh,
blue.
the lines. Okay. I was
Yeah.
I'm just checking.
I don't know if I'd go D tier, but I think C. I still would put Chicago
Let's
lower,
start with C.
All right.
but I think Chicago is worse.
There might not be like a lot of D tier jerseys to be
I have a
honest.
few in
No.
mind.
Okay.
I have at least one in mind.
I also have one in mind, but we'll see.
I believe we're on Columbus.
I have the same complaint about Columbus. I don't like the boxy stripes. Like, it's better because it doesn't go into, like,
How it
the
comes
torso.
all the way down, yeah.
But I still, it's just, like, I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. I like the logo. It's fun, but meh.
I think you're in the minority on people who like the logo. A lot of people do not like
It
it.
looks like kind of cheesy.
I also have no history.
I don't know,
Yeah, I
it
could
looks like
see
it was.
that.
Looks like it was designed in the
compared to the
90s.
logo
Oh,
that
yeah.
that I'm
That's
wearing
classic.
right now. The
That's great.
the Canon jersey for the
And the
listener.
colors, like, this whole jersey's fantastic.
It's yeah.
But
So it's
I'd
tough.
put this in C tier as
C,
well.
yeah, I was thinking C.
It's not my favorite.
But like top C.
I would, yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't really had a big disagreement yet.
I feel like the earlier ones we had we've been off I think 2 tiers, which I guess is a lot when there's only what 4, 5 tiers.
True.
Dallas.
Dallas. Another white and black stripe. It looks like something that like a group from high school would wear.
Like a high school team you're talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
Oh. I'm not a huge fan of this design. I don't like the green
No.
that they chose, and I don't like the logo all that much. So I'm not a big fan either.
I could put this in D.
Ooh, I don't know. I might just be biased because I like Dallas. I was gonna put it bottom of B, but I could be convinced for C.
I
I don't think it's that. There's worse jerseys on the board for D tier.
True. I could settle for C.
I'd vote for C as well. I think.
Okay.
Put
I'll
it
let
at
you
top
decide
of
where,
C.
Where
Yeah.
in top of C? Okay.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Detroit. Classic look hasn't changed since like the 50s, basically. They've had some
Very
very
clean.
minor changes.
I feel like I like this jersey. I just dislike how they never change from it ever, no matter what other variations they make.
Right.
But I can't deduct points for that. So based off just this jersey, I think it's a solid A.
An A.
I'm
It's just
leaning
kinda
towards
boring,
B
yeah.
to me. I've never
But I
been
also
a big
like
fan
the color red
of
in
the
case
red.
you didn't know.
That does help. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the like all red with just the.
Because that was all
red.
green. Like if Dallas had that jersey, I'd probably give it a B.
Yeah.
But it's red, so it's better.
It just like I
Well, I
wish
can
they
do
would have
B.
just a little bit of a third color in there. Like I get what you guys are saying, like they haven't strayed from their classic, but
Yeah, we can do B.
B we said
Yeah, I think that's
Fair enough.
good
After
enough.
after Buffalo,
after Buffalo.
Oops.
Edmonton.
It's okay. I don't know what to say about it.
I think I kept going first. I'm gonna let someone else
It's
lead the way.
I think it's better than like their previous look they had where the colors were reversed.
That's
And
like the orange was the
yeah, the
real
orange
blue.
was the base, and it was like
Really,
a slightly
yeah.
different orange too. I think it's pretty good.
I go like
I'd go
B.
A.
Oh.
Oh,
I said B, but
oh B. Okay.
I just don't think there's like anything that I love about it. Not that I love a lot about jerseys per se, but sorry, Missy.
I was gonna go A as well, but like bottom of A. I feel like the white stripes don't seem to fit right.
Okay, I could
I don't know.
get
Some
bottom
will
of A.
That sounds like a good consensus.
I'm also like have no knowledge of what their previous jerseys look like, so
Yeah.
for me it's
that's
truly
true.
just like a blind
That shouldn't be a
expectation.
factor anyway. It should just be what this jersey is ranked.
Yeah.
So
Florida.
Florida doesn't really have any stripes. Heck, I
There's a
guess
reference
unless you
photo
want
right
to call
there.
that a stripe.
I like the
Yeah,
nice
they just got
stripes.
the one big one, which
I
wraps
kinda like,
all the way
honestly.
around.
I kind of like it. I'm like not unhappy with any of it.
I'm trying to keep like hockey team bias out of it.
Yeah.
Some of these teams,
Oh yeah, well, that's
like
another great
Montreal
thing.
and Toronto, when we get to those.
Yeah.
I have no biases towards pretty much any team, so
Yeah.
that's good. What are you thinking?
I don't love the logo.
Yeah.
I've just never been a super big fan of it. So I'd probably put it in B. It's not my favorite, but it's been growing on me a little bit lately. It's still just like, not at the top of the pack for me.
I was gonna say C.
C, okay.
They do like end of B.
I'm not
Okay.
I'm not opposed
I
to
feel like
C.
Bree just listens to what me and Brendan saying, and like, let's pick in the middle. How's that sound? Bree's
I'm
like the
unfortunately
mediator.
a people pleaser, so I was thinking B as well because I do
Yeah,
like it.
We can do somewhere in B.
What are our other B looking like?
We have Buffalo and Detroit in there.
You could put it. I personally like it more than Detroit.
Yeah, we can put it in between. I'm fine with that.
Can I have some water?
You didn't bring your own water?
I didn't think about it.
Ugh.
Thanks.
Bree.
You didn't remind her, Brendan? What the heck?
Oh,
I know. First, I had to drag my own chair up here.
you're the guest.
Not,
No.
not very gentleman of you.
Mm.
That's whatever.
You're an independent woman.
You're so right.
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Oh no, sorry. Actually, Los Angeles would be nice.
Oh,
yeah.
yep. Right.
So, which
Good
one is it?
call.
The black or the white?
The black is the home jersey.
Just checking. And the ad is gonna be on the front. I know ads are like a whole thing now, but
And there's a lot of these that have ads.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I'd say ignore the ad for this rating, because the other ones, like, none of the pictures have ads.
Yeah.
True. I could put this in C.
See?
Brendan,
You like it or worse?
I was gonna say A.
Yeah.
What?
Oh.
Yeah.
I
mean, it doesn't have purple, which is still a bummer, but the logo
like
is
silver.
is very nice.
You like the logo?
Yes.
I don't like it.
Oh.
It looks like you're trying to sell a car.
What, you think it's like the Chevron logo or
Like
Yeah.
the stickers you slap on the windshield.
Exactly.
I'm not really
pretty
getting
big.
those vibes.
Something big.
I'm also coming in so blind.
I gotta push for A as well.
You gotta push for A. We can't even settle for a B. Top B.
Oh, if we have 2 A's and 1 C, where does that put us? Top of B?
You said my counts as doubles, so I just want
Oh.
to remind you of that.
Well, if yours was double, then we'd be middle of B. So I don't
Yeah.
know if 2 to 1 is top of B or bottom of A. Let me look.
Feel it out.
I'm fine with top of B. I'm good between Edmonton and Buffalo. I mean, either way, we'll see when other stuff gets added. But
True.
I do think I like the Buffalo one a little bit more, I guess. So,
What?
Ooh. Plot twist.
but I
Maybe
also
we're not
advocated
thinking-
for A for that one. So
But-
take that into
Oh,
consideration.
that's true. But then I was thinking if I put the Kings one at B, then it's gonna be hard to have an A that's better than that.
That's better than. You don't think there's one
Or, I
better
mean-
than the Kings?
I mean, there'll be other A's. I don't know. I feel like it just changes the way I'll be voting.
Hmm.
I'm gonna have to get more strict.
What's the
Alright, we'll do-
consensus?
Let's do top of B.
Okay.
Uh,
Good enough, I guess.
All right.
now we have 4.
We're all a
and
little
A,
disappointed,
B,
so it's
and
okay.
C.
Everybody
No one's
wins.
happy with the Kings.
Ugh.
Minnesota.
I like the color. It's a good green. Sorry, I keep going out of shot.
It's a little tough to tell, but the stripe is a cream. Like this is
No,
a
I can
cream
tell.
color. Yeah.
I like it. I don't think I'd put it in A, but I do like it.
So B then is what you're saying.
Yeah.
What about you, Brendan?
I think I'm around the same boat, bottom of A, top of B sort of range.
Wow.
We just put one there, so.
Yeah.
I was gonna put this as my first D.
Oh, Wow. Okay.
Damn.
I mean, I did not care for this one for a while, and it
I
has
like
slowly
it.
like grown on me quite a bit. And
I like it.
And I do think it's a good combination. I mean, we don't have anyone else that uses this forest green.
Mm-hmm.
I do like having cream like as a regular part of a home
I
jersey.
think for me, the logo really brings it down, but the one redeeming quality is I like the lace pattern, the 3 straight lines. Big fan.
I actually prefer not having. Well, yeah,
No
I
laces?
think I'm a no lace guy.
I'm just an old school Reebok guy. What can I say?
These ones are always like flaring out in the
Yeah,
middle of nowhere.
the
Oh, I see what you're
third
saying now.
jersey I
know what you're
have,
talking about.
the Centennial, they stick out like this.
Yeah, they do. They absolutely do.
The
Also,
Reebok ones are longer. They're like down to here. Like I didn't mind those.
I
It's
haven't
kinda
even
like,
been thinking about the laces up until now.
oh well, now you got something else to consider.
Sheesh.
This changes
Um,
everything, folks. Let's
we
go.
gotta redo.
Revisit.
So you were A/B, Bree was B, and I was D. They were all over the place.
Oh,
on
man.
That that's 2 in a row that were kind of tough, huh?
I guess.
I just can't imagine putting it any lower than B.
Yeah.
Truly.
Bottom of B.
Bottom of B is fine. I can
Fine.
settle. For now.
We duel it out at the end.
Okay.
Canada.
Canadians, F
Montreal.
tier.
F, yeah.
We could put it at a good old D.
Oh, really?
No, I was just joking.
It's like, oh.
I don't know. I don't like the white collar.
Really? Really? I do like the
Like,
white
I'm
collar.
looking at the Sens and I'm seeing, like, other colors with the collar, but I just don't. For some reason, it just doesn't look good to me. It kind of looks like a prep boy shirt.
Oh,
Like a school prep boy.
like an actual, like, collared shirt,
Yeah.
you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then one of the red parts your tie.
Yeah, yeah.
I could settle for, like, if you really like it. Well, okay, what are you thinking? Tell me.
I think it's pretty good. Like, I don't like a lot of red jerseys, but I think this is at least A.
One of the worst red jerseys. I don't like the blue. And I feel like
The blue makes it.
the one blue stripe, I mean the little blue stripe at the bottom. I feel like if this had the more standard, like 3 stripes, it would be better.
I like the stripe pattern. I'll say that. I was gonna go B-ish.
Where were you, Dean?
I feel like I was thinking C.
Oh, man. Again, we're all in
I don't
different
like the way
tiers
the
here.
blue, like, I don't like how the logo sits on the blue background. Like, because then it's like, is
Really?
that the part of the logo, or is that just like a transparency with the blue behind it?
It's a
Who knows?
transparency.
Yeah, but like, how would Bree know that?
That's true.
Well, if you see the logo on something else other than a jersey, you would know.
Okay,
Alright, what do we got in? I would put it. The highest I would go would be. I don't really want to put it above Detroit. I'd honestly put it maybe above Minnesota at the highest.
See, I like it
Well-
better than Detroit for sure.
Yeah.
Fine.
I'm like
If it's 2-1,
I'm like between Florida and Buffalo
okay, we can do that.
in B tier.
Yeah, I do
I
like
think-
it better than Florida as well.
They kind of
I
just
like-
do
I think
what
I like it
Florida
better than
does
Florida.
better.
I mean, if this was my own tier list, I'd have Detroit higher, I guess, which is part of the issue.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Again, yeah, we are running into that where like just a little differences are adding up.
Yeah.
And they're gonna continue
Yeah.
to add
Yep.
up.
Nashville.
I don't like this one. Ugly.
That's an easy D.
D. Terrible. Why would they do that?
A lot of yellow.
It like washes out their entire logo.
It's
Like,
never
I
it's
can't-
never been good.
If I didn't know hockey, looking from afar, I wouldn't understand it.
Dean.
Hey, we all agreed.
Yeah, how
Right,
about that?
easy.
Well, actually, I could be persuaded either way. Like, I was like, I could either hate it or be okay with it. Like, I don't really know where I fall on it.
Well, right now you hate it.
Yeah, you do hate
Yeah,
it.
no,
Dean.
you both said D. I'm like, yeah, I can live with that.
Yeah.
New
Devils.
Jersey.
Like this is like a.
It's okay.
It's like a
Mid-tier.
C for me.
Yeah. Nothing
I was
special.
gonna say B. I'm like, this is just a very standard, straightforward. Here's your jersey. It's like
Yeah.
they did all the jersey things. You got the shoulders, you got the stripes, you got the logo in the middle. It's like, good job, you made a jersey.
Yeah.
Right.
I do like the logo quite a bit. It's always
fun.
it's a clever one with having the NJ in there.
Kind of looks like a wrench at the top, but
Well, it's the devil horns.
I know what it is. I'm just saying what it looks like. To me.
I'm okay with B as well. I just
Okay,
that's fine.
End of B.
sure. I still think Minnesota's worse.
Yeah.
Worse, but
You want to put it in C? Because I think we all had said C as well.
no, I was just saying. I think this is better than Minnesota.
Oh, well,
But-
no.
We can keep it there.
Sounds like we're going to reassess all of it anyways. so.
Yeah. Islanders.
I like this one.
I'm a fan too.
I would put this in A.
I would
I would
at
put
least
this in
have it in
A.
A.
It's good.
All right. Anybody for S? I'm just asking. I don't necessarily feel that way. Just
I think
we
I
only
could
have
be-
one in
No.
S right now,
So
which
I'd
is the
put
first one.
this either before or after Boston in A, like near the top of A.
Okay, we can keep it there
That's fair.
for the moment.
Where'd you put it? Which side of Boston?
I put it ahead of it.
Okay, I'm just trying to copy you.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you could just share your. Oh no, that would screw up the overlay. All right,
Rangers.
Rangers.
I feel like it's another, like, they did the jersey thing. Like you were just saying. They made
Yeah,
a
I
jersey.
feel like that, but for some reason this one is like classic. Maybe it's because again, it's like I know that
You've
they're
watched
an
it
original
for so long.
team and like just like red, white, and blue, baby. And
Right.
just like I don't know. I feel like that's an A.
Yeah, I think it's an A too.
I'm okay with A. I, like, don't dislike it by any means.
But we can put it lower than the Islanders. I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would definitely put it lower. I'd probably put it.
Put it ahead of Calgary.
Well,
Not you're gonna get
Yeah, I
fine.
know,
Ahead of
I know.
Edmonton. Ahead of Edmonton.
yeah.
Okay. Ottawa. It
It's
gives me similar vibes to the Canes. Like a lot of black, just a
Mhm.
little bit of red.
I think the Canes do it better than the Senators do. I do
I
think
do
it's
like the way the Canes have the little like the accented red on the shoulders.
Mhm.
I
I
would
do like
like
the thicker red
that
color on
too.
Ottawa.
I would like the accent red for the shoulders, and I think they should have a gold stripe somewhere. Like at the bottom, I think a
Yeah.
gold stripe would add like so much to this.
Thin
That's a
one
good
above
point.
the red.
Yeah. I think that would look really good. Maybe you could do one at the end of the sleeves too. I'm not sure how that would look, but I do think at least some stripes somewhere would be good.
Yeah.
So for me, it's either bottom of B, top of C. That's where I'm at with this one.
I'd say top of C.
Okay.
Like, I would put it between Dallas and Columbus.
Okay.
I feel like I have this one. I don't know. I was gonna say like I was thinking top of B.
Oh,
so
top
I'm a
of
little
B.
off,
Oh.
but I'll allow that to slide.
We'll duel it out later.
It's my red color bias.
Yeah, right. Flyers.
Flyers. It looks like they made a T-shirt and then attached the arms later.
I feel like that picture doesn't do the end of the sleeves justice
Maybe
that
pull
well,
up
but
another one then.
well, I guess it kind of does.
I don't know.
I'm
it
putting
just
I'm putting it in D tier.
D
Oh,
tier.
D. Okay.
I'm not opposed to that, honestly. Like, it just looks
I think it's ugly.
weird. Like, the black stripe at the bottom, they would have, like, on the torso at the bottom, they would have been better off just leaving it orange, I feel like.
Oh.
This is where Brendan says, "Oh, but they changed the orange tint by 2 hues, so it's gotta be A tier."
I looked at a color wheel.
Well, they did actually change it. It's a new era of orange that they introduced last season.
I couldn't.
But
Wait, you should show Bree the difference in the orange.
Yeah, please do, actually.
the old orange is a way worse.
Is
Just-
it brighter?
Yes.
Okay. See, I know some things. Very little, but,
Alright,
you know.
here we go. So that's the one that they had last year.
Mm-hmm.
And now Oh,
Just
that's
look
not
at
the right
the.
one.
Wait here.
Well,
Just
it's
show
basically that one,
her-
but that's this one. Do you want me to go back to the first one?
Show her this.
It's so subtle.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, it isn't.
It
It's
is so
like-
subtle. Look at this. Look at the logo.
Brennan, you just have better eyes than I do.
And then show her the logo.
my
Oh,
God,
yeah.
Are you kidding me?
So that's the old orange in the inside, and that's
That's
the
what I'm
new
saying. That's all. That's.
I feel like I don't hate the old orange.
Oh, wow.
Like, I like that it's a little brighter.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so go
like
back
the
to the
old
jersey now that we're debating on.
I'm
All
gonna
deer.
wait.
All
Oh
D.
no, I don't think I have one of those ones. I thought I had a home jersey for them, but I don't because I didn't like it. Where are we at? C or D? You
We
said.
were at D, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, D. Oh.
I would
think
put it in
it's-
front of Nashville.
I think it's better than Chicago's.
No.
Really? Wow.
Hey, I have. Wait, one other thing. I know we're not supposed to do like full uniform things, but this is a side by side of the two jerseys. It basically just looks like you changed the color
That's a new
filter on
one.
the camera.
And that's
Okay.
from the 90s.
I'm glad you sent the photos because I have to say the new orange does look pretty good. It's a big change.
Just so much white.
Seeing
A
it
lot
like
of
in
white.
that picture.
I like that, like, it makes it, like, it just differentiates them from a lot of other things, a
I
lot
will-
of other jerseys.
I'll give them that. It's different. Like you don't see that.
I will
weird
put it
pattern.
above Nashville in the D tier.
You know what? Fine.
Dean is not
Well,
settling on this.
I
could've-
settled on Ottawa.
Yeah. No. Yeah. All right. Pittsburgh.
Just another jersey.
It's-
It's interesting that the color, like, and I'm seeing Vegas is like this too, and maybe were other ones like this too. No, it's kind of the first one where we come across where the color cuts off like a short sleeve shirt almost, and then hits the arms.
Like the shoulders aren't rounded off.
Yeah, like the shoulders are black rather than colored like the other, like Boston or something like that. I don't know, just I put it like upper C. You don't like it?
No, I think it's a little bit better than that.
Okay, I'm open
I'd
to
say-
hearing other ideas.
I'd say B.
Okay.
There's a lot going on. I feel like is why it's not better.
Yeah,
A lot of
there's a lot.
like each color is trying to compete as like the primary almost.
Ooh, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah. Maybe I.
And you still want to put it in B, even with that statement?
No, I think I'd go C now.
I mean, I don't know, I think it still kind of works. Maybe top of C.
Yeah.
I could do top of C.
Yeah.
I feel like part of the rating the jersey is like if the colors work. Like I feel like the bright yellow kind of helps it out a little bit.
Yeah. If it was, if that yellow wasn't on the arms like it is, I think that would definitely be like.
Like I don't
way
know.
lower.
I mean,
Yeah.
the jerseys are a factor of like your primary colors of the team, but like I'd rate your jersey bad if your two colors were like brown and pink. Like no matter how good the jersey looked, if it was brown and pink, I'd be like, well,
Right.
you tried, but it's still ugly because of your colors. And I don't know if that's the fault of the jersey designer or not. Like you did what you could with what you had.
Right.
But so I don't know how you would rate something like that. But I'm just trying to just overall how it looks and including the color.
So you're trying to bump it up a tier?
Yeah, but I mean, not. I feel like it's still below. I mean, it's pretty close, like near the bottom of B anyway for me. So it's
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I,
mean-
wouldn't put it
I'd put it above New Jersey, and maybe that's it.
same. I was thinking the same exact thing.
All
okay,
right.
let's do that.
Yeah.
A lot of B tiers.
Yeah. I mean, that kind of shows
Lots
you
of
just how
jerseys.
good some of these are.
I was thinking how mid they all are, but
Oh.
Yeah. San Jose.
San Jose.
I gotta say I'm a sucker for the color. I'm very biased when it comes to this color because I think they're really the only team doing it. Similar to
Seattle.
sure.
Yeah, I like the color too.
This is an S tier for me.
I could agree
No.
with that, honestly. I think it's really good. And I like
Okay.
that they have the blue stripe, like, in the middle of it all, and it looks almost a little different than the rest of the jersey.
It's textured.
That's what it is.
I can actually show you.
Of course you can.
Oh, sorry, Eddie.
Yeah,
So-
Can't
that's
be that good if you don't even have it on display on your primary rack.
That's my reverse retro rack. So no home jerseys.
The color on the camera looks completely different than what it looks like in person.
Yeah, it does look
looks
darker on here.
completely different. It looks like a totally different blue. But beside that,
You might be able to see the texture.
the
but
texture looks really cool.
I'm good with S tier, but I would still put it after Anaheim.
Okay.
Fair enough. I mean, I think I like it better than Anaheim, but I understand. Seattle.
I could be convinced.
Been a couple of years now since they've come in, so
Seattle.
got some time to ruminate with it.
Is the sleeve like a gradient situation?
I mean, yeah,
There's two
these are
different
two
color
different
stripes.
shades of teal here.
Which is definitely a choice.
It's like so subtle. It almost is like, why did you bother?
It looks a lot better on the away jerseys that change, in my opinion. I feel like it pops a lot more on the white jersey versus the dark jersey.
Really?
So I actually like their away jersey more than their home jersey. I still think it looks good. I think it's a solid A-tier jersey, in my opinion. I like the colors. I do like the red accent. The logo is nice. So I'm advocating for A.
I could do low A.
I was thinking solid B, so low A works for me.
Yeah, I was kind of in the B realm as well.
Oh, okay.
Just because I'm not a big fan of I think if they made the red stripes thicker, it would look bad, but I also think they just don't look good as they are.
Oh.
Alright, I'm gonna put it at the top of B then.
Top of B?
I guess so.
Fine, bottom of A. It doesn't make a difference in the order.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Just put it at bottom of A.
Great.
Doesn't make a difference for now.
Yeah.
True.
St. Louis.
Another basic jersey.
Yeah. I'm not blown away. Not impressed.
Needs some red in there.
There is red in there?
And the
I said
collar.
It needs
Ah.
some, like their reverse retro.
Oh, they need some. But they're the
Oh.
blues, though.
Yeah, like the music, not the color.
Well, it's
Oh,
Well,
both.
it's almost like a play on words.
Yeah, double
Well,
entendre.
yeah.
Um,
I'm thinking C.
Oh. See, really? Yeah, even Eddie's upset with it.
I feel like it's similar to the Penguins.
Let's
Yeah, you're right. A lot of colors.
Like bottom of B,
Yeah, okay.
I could settle.
Sure.
all the way in the bottom of B. Devils is better.
Oh. All right, fine. Tampa Bay.
D.
It's a D for me.
Really, I think the simple is kind of clean. Like
It's like
just
too
some
clean.
white stripes and a logo. It's like here's our jersey, here's our logo. Puts all eyes on the logo.
It's
But the
it's
logo's
What
not
I
good.
said, I-
It's
So,
Detroit
I'm still gonna
stripes
say-
and Toronto colors with a lightning bolt. That's what it is.
Like their logo, if their logo was more exciting, I'd be like, yeah, I totally get that. But it's
You
literally.
think that's worse than Chicago's?
Yeah. I think so.
Bring me up the list real quick.
It just doesn't provide like enough for me.
I would put it between Philadelphia and Nashville.
I was thinking between Colorado and Chicago. But what about above Philly?
Top of D?
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. Toronto.
E tier.
Leave the bias out. It's kind of similar to the one we just looked at.
Yeah.
All
No.
they did was put space between the white stripes and change the logo.
Really all it is.
Yeah, but I like it a lot
What?
more than
There's like
the
almost
lightning one.
nothing different about it.
No, the subtle differences
It's
like
the subtleties where you wouldn't understand.
yeah, I do think it, and I like the logo a lot more than the lightning logo.
Yes, I will
Mm.
agree with that. I could definitely put it in at
I think-
least C.
I guess you could argue that they can have a simpler jersey because the logo is more detailed.
That's true. Very true.
But I would put it C.
What were you thinking? A?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
What Bree?
You-
What'd you say?
I said C as well.
Well, that's 2 C's.
I would put it top
Um,
of C.
That.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Oh, yeah. All right. I don't.
I could maybe see it moving down the road, but right now.
Moving down?
No. You know what I mean.
I'm just messing with. All right, Utah,
D.
which these haven't been
D.
seen before. A
D.
little unfair.
Which is also
but-
kind of unfair because they don't have a real logo or
Yeah.
team name.
But why rate them high
But, like-
if they're still not good?
Yeah, but I like the colors but yeah, it's a D.
Yeah, the like blue/teal color is good. You don't really see
I'm
that.
putting this all the way at the bottom.
Yeah.
I'm still sad that this is the color scheme they're going with, but
Did they determine a thing?
not yet.
How long is it gonna take?
Until next season, probably.
It's like pretty soon, right?
No, like the following
a whole
season.
Oh.
other season.
Okay. I didn't have my timeline.
Vancouver.
Never been a huge fan. This is a C or a D
I
for
mean,
me.
again, it's basically Tampa, but with green instead of white. And then they put little white stripes around the green.
Yeah, I hate the little white stripes. You
Oh,
might as
really?
well have just left them off.
Really? No, I don't think. I
Well,
don't
I
think
think it
that's
adds
the
a bit
problem.
to it.
The logo I've never been a fan of, and I've
logo
mentioned that
also.
before.
Well, because it's so starkly different than the blue and the green. Like, all of the other logos have, like, a little bit of color play with them that match the rest of the jersey. This one's literally just black and white. Unless there's something I'm missing, which could be the case.
So what
I
do you
could
guys
agree
have
with
with that?
C or D.
Yeah, this is like probably a bottom of C for me.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah. I was thinking, I like it a little more than that. Like I was thinking
Oh.
somewhere in B, like maybe close to the bottom, but I'm okay with C. I'm not gonna this isn't one hill I'm gonna die on.
Yeah.
So bottom of C, we said?
Well, I think we'd probably maybe put it in the middle.
Of Colorado.
Sure. Vegas.
Vegas.
I'll wait on this one.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. It's nothing,
I-
again. Go ahead, Dean.
I feel like I didn't feel too much either way about it until I saw it in person, and I'm like, that's a lot of gold. like overwhelmingly gold and sparkly.
I feel like I'm also a little biased because I've seen it in person so much that the
Yeah.
gold does not bother me. I like the gold. But I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah, I would put it in the C tier.
Oh no!
I wouldn't do C. I would
Oh.
have to disagree with that as
I
well.
don't
No.
like the gold. I don't like the gold.
You're gonna have to
No.
find a new co-host.
Oh my gosh.
I would put it at least upper B.
It's A for me.
Of course it is. You're completely biased though. So
The gold just is.
the gold's
so
unique.
good.
The gold is no one else is doing gold.
It's so Vegas.
It is very
And-
For
good.
Brendan, I could put it in B, like above Montreal. Maybe the highest I would go.
I can't believe you guys think the Kings jersey's up that high still, but
Really?
I just
I think it's high. It should be higher.
Yeah.
It's so ugly.
Oh my gosh.
I think the Vegas
Maybe
should
we'll
be
have
above
to
Kings.
save this when we finish, and then Brendan and I can redo our own.
Yeah.
That's
And
rude,
Bree, you
but
can make your own and send it to us, and we can share it.
I could do that.
All right.
We can all rearrange on our own time.
Yeah. Our own. After we have our consensus one, then we get our own individual personal takes.
You guys are
But
gonna
we'll still
hate
have some
mine.
fighting on the consensus, just for like a little, maybe a couple moves.
Yeah.
All right. I put it ahead of Montreal.
Yeah, that's where I put it.
Capitals, I feel like the white striping is like so old-fashioned, and they haven't updated, and like it's time. It's time to move
Absolutely
on.
True.
It looks like a little shirt on top of a bigger shirt.
It was
Yeah.
I liked this style in the early 2000s, but it is 2024.
Yeah, get with it.
It's a D tier for me.
I'm okay with that.
It's like
I would put it above Utah, and that's about it. Actually, no, I still hate
I
Nashville
put it above
more.
Nashville.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, Nashville's still
It's no good.
so bad. Poor Nashville.
Winnipeg, the
Winnipeg.
final one.
Rounds
I
it out.
like the Winnipeg. Kind of similar to other ones, like we've said, but we're also, I'm just realizing we're not seeing like some of the shoulder patches for some of them, which takes it away.
That's true.
but,
The shoulder patches are
like they can
are
make or break a
factor.
jersey. Yeah. I'd put it like
The double stripe and that they're accented with the blue. I like the light blue.
yeah, I would agree. I would say B something, somewhere in B.
It's a C for me.
Damn,
Oh, I
Brendan.
would go A.
Oh, really?
Dang.
Wow.
I really like this one, honestly.
This one is good. I like what you were saying. How like the two lines are or the two white
But
stripes
we
are
got
outlined.
CNC. It's an easy B.
That's true. Put
I-
it like mid B.
I've never been a fan of this jersey. I don't like the logo, especially compared to what it could be.
Really?
With their original logo or their Heritage Classic logo is leaps and bounds better than this one. I like the navy that they use for that jersey a lot better too. Like,
Surprise, surprise! I like the red in the logo.
yeah, the red is a nice touch, but then they don't really use it anywhere else. Like with the
Yeah.
Not worse than Minnesota though. I can't put it below Minnesota.
oh, I could easily put it below Minnesota.
I could put it below Minnesota,
Oh, okay.
but
So
I
then-
wouldn't put. I would put it. I don't know because I still really don't like Detroit either. But
It's
too many personal opinions here.
It's not
Yeah, I'm putting it.
gonna
So
happen.
between Detroit and Minnesota.
I hate that it's below Detroit, but I guess.
Fine.
And above Minnesota, disgusting. But
Yeah.
Wait. Oh yeah, because you think Detroit should be lower.
yeah, but that's also just a very strong opinion.
Well, we
I'm
can-
putting it in between Detroit and Minnesota. All right. Before we save this, are there any that you're like extremely offended by other than Vegas?
Detroit
Brendan? Detroit.
and the Kings, but we've already gone over that. So
Well, let's just quickly real quick, maybe like a minute per tier. So S tier, Sharks or Anaheim.
I think
Which one
that's.
do we like better?
I like the Sharks better, but I also like the color better. So I'm okay with either or. I'm good with that.
I think I would probably put the. I think I go with the Sharks.
Okay, I'm fine swapping them.
Cool.
We'll swap them.
I do think that there should be at least one more candidate for the S tier.
Canes, yep, move it up.
I
The
would advocate
Kings?
for Canes.
Oh, I was gonna die on that hill for a second. But
I would advocate
What
for
do you think
Calgary.
I said?
Calgary. You would.
Wait, what? What did Bree think I said for S tier?
I thought you said the Kings.
Oh,
I was about to fight that one.
no. The Hurricanes I could move up. But which S tier were you thinking, Brendan?
Calgary.
I could not. Well, I could be convinced to move it up in A, but not all the way to S. No, I
Wait,
kind of
what
like
is
it where it
Calgary?
is, honestly.
Oh, that's what I thought. Wait, you have Calgary in A already, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you say moving it up in A. I see.
As far as A, the only thing I'd like would be to move the Hurricanes to S, like bottom of S, just like bump it up one.
Hurricanes, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. The one thing, I guess, the only thing that knocks it down is just that I don't like that their away doesn't complement it, but
this is
it
not
doesn't
about
really.
That's not part of
Yeah,
this.
it doesn't really take it
Brendan.
away. I'm okay with it. I can move it to bottom of S.
Yeah,
Three?
I'm okay with that.
Okay. All right. Well, then I have no other issues. Well, I have plenty of issues. No other big issues with A. I'm good to move on to B tier.
I would like to bump Buffalo up to A.
If it puts anything in front of the Kings, absolutely.
Anything to take away from the Kings.
I'd like to
can't believe
bump
it's
the
like it.
Kings up to A.
What up to A?
Kings.
Gosh darn it.
You know what? That
That's
doesn't
the hill
sound too
we're gonna
bad.
die
to
on,
me.
though.
Who's got the mouse? I don't know if we're gonna be able to move on past these ones.
I would put the Kings
Yeah.
so much. I would put it in the below.
I
Utah.
refuse to have Buffalo above LA.
Okay, then
Dang.
we're gonna keep the status quo.
So we're
Fair.
not changing anything in B.
Well, we
I
could,
think Detroit should be higher.
man, I can't.
Wow, we really have different opinions,
I
huh?
know.
can't get there though. I just
No,
can't.
we can keep B how it is.
I would put.
Oh, Winnipeg being that high up in B just is not.
I think what I'm gonna
good.
do at this point for the episode is by now I'll have this picture just up on the screen, just like how it is now.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, that's
so
true.
people
You
can
should have
see.
shown it before we had switched it.
That's
but
okay.
We've made minimal switches since. Yeah, I wish we could knock
think
Winnipeg down a little bit, like between Penguins and Devils.
I mean, it's pretty minimal, but yeah, that I'm okay
Yeah.
with that.
yeah, I feel like we're just going for like the small tweaks where it's like maybe no one will argue with this.
We're trying to make it perfect
Yeah.
Yeah.
for
Okay.
us.
I think I only have one other major gripe
Okay, what is it?
for the whole thing.
Oh wait,
and
are we
it's,
moving Winnipeg or no?
I moved it
Okay,
on mine.
Brendan.
So for the whole thing, the only other thing is I think Ottawa should be higher.
Now put it back to the list.
Hmm.
I could see it being above Dallas.
One space forward, she's saying.
So kind.
Uh,
No, I'll take what I can get. What about top of C? One more spot.
Top of C, I'm open to it.
I don't like it being better than the Maple Leafs.
I
I
do.
think it's way worse than the Leafs jersey.
I think
Alright,
I
well, I'll
might
just pick
actually
one
have to
spot
agree with
then.
Brendan on that one.
All right, one spot's fine with me. All right, I'm done.
And there it is, everybody.
I guess.
Okay.
Lovely.
There's our final. I'll screenshot this too.
I'm gonna go make my own and make sure to piss people off.
Yeah,
now
I
I
will-
can now.
I'll be very interested to
can-
see what
You'll have to
everyone's
send this to me.
personal tier lists are after this.
I'm gonna do it right after when I go downstairs.
Very good.
Yeah. Well, maybe we can even post it on this episode then.
Yeah, I'll make it and then I can come back up and we can give each other feedback and how much we hate it.
Yeah.
Well,
All right. Well, that
that's
went about as
that.
well as I expected.
Yeah.
Yeah. At first, like, wow, we're all agreeing. Like, that's not gonna last.
No.
Yeah, no.
Of course not.
Once you get a better idea of like where everyone else is feeling, you're like, oh, that one there is.
Mhm.
that
Like,
is
really, you
not-
like that
Yeah.
one?
Oh,
Well,
okay.
that's the beauty of the league. You know, we can all like our own thing.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That's art for you.
that's art.
Thanks, Art.
And thank you, Bree, for coming on for this little segment.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
welcome.
took about an hour, but
I like the fun stuff.
no, it was fun, and we hope to have you back on, soon.
I'm
Well, if
typically
you wasn't
around.
here, though, Kings could have been a lot higher, though. Just saying.
What was that?
If you weren't here, the Kings jersey could have been a lot higher.
I'm
Just
sure
saying.
it would be.
It can be D tier on hers.
I'm gonna make an extra tier just for that one jersey.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Like, here are all the jerseys, and then the Kings.
Maybe. Alrighty.
Well, thanks for coming on.
Of course. I'll be around if you wanna do that other thing. Otherwise,
We'll probably just throw it in post at the end.
whatever you want. Can you send me this link?
Yeah.
Thanks. Oh my goodness.
See ya.
Wow.
There you go.
There you go. How did you guys feel about that? I don't know. I think we'll just throw up the personal tier lists now, or I don't know if we've already done that before the end of
No,
the
we can-
segment.
We can put it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's us restructuring them to get them the way we wanted, the correct way.
Yeah, the correct way. The personalized
Yeah.
opinions.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed going through that and you didn't cringe too much at some of our decisions, but it's
But if
subjective.
you did, let us know why we're wrong.
Call us. We've got a phone
Yep.
line.
On there.
It's always on screen if you're watching us, and it is in the description on Spotify as well. You can also just quickly read it aloud, 720-507-5496. call in.
Nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Dean. Yeah, sure. For you, it was for you. We were touching on the Canes a little bit, and some other Canes news coming out is that Eric Staal has signed a one-day contract to retire as a member of the Carolina Hurricanes. So they will also be retiring his number 12, at some stage in the upcoming season. So another one bites the dust. The first one of the two Minnesota Wild buyout candidates, or not they were bought out. The two players that were bought out there to retire. When we'll see how long it takes for Suter to retire. He's been bought out twice, actually. One of the only two players to be bought out twice. Do you know who the other player is?
You said Staal was bought out?
No, Suter was bought out twice.
Well, no, but I thought you said I thought you were talking about Staal being one of the Minnesota buyouts.
Yes.
But you're not thinking of Parise? Well, I thought was he also bought out? I don't know. I just know the two big ones were Parise and Suter. The ones that are still on the book.
You know what? I think you're right. I think I made a mistake there. Yes, it was Parise and Suter, not Staal.
Hey, you saved me an edit.
Thank you, Dean. Good to keep me honest. Yeah, but Suter has been bought out twice. But do you know
the other
the other
person?
player?
You're gonna say that? Oh yeah, because I feel like this was just talked about.
It's pretty recent, so.
Oh,
yeah.
was it Dubois? Dubois, right?
He has not been bought out.
Okay. I can't think of it.
Tony DeAngelo.
Oh, yep.
The Flyers bought him out, and then the Canes bought him out, I believe.
I was on the right track of people that you probably don't want in your locker room, according to media.
Yeah, exactly. But back to Staal, Eric Staal, longtime Hurricane, won the Stanley Cup with them. Just had a long career. So I don't know enough about him as far as his Cane status to know if he deserves to have his number retired. I just don't know the team or the player well enough, but I guess I could look at the comments how people are feeling.
Eric Staal seems like a cool guy to me.
Finally, the Canes do something good. Oh well, there you go.
Yep.
Some people with some photos, all
Maybe
good
players
stuff.
it's fully deserved. Yep.
Yep. So that's good.
I mean, I don't know anyone that hates Eric Staal. So.
I think there was some stuff with his family as far as the whole Pride jersey thing.
Oh, because you mentioned that when I was talking about Jordan Staal, who I'm also is a cool guy.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I don't know. Cool. He's on the ice.
Yeah, it's different, but good for him, and always kind of fun to see a new name in the rafters.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of names, though, the Joseph brothers, Matthew and Pierre Olivier, will both be wearing just Joseph on the back of their jerseys this year, which is fun.
Yeah, I know. In the past they did the first letter of your first name. It seemed like they stopped doing that because when the Bruins had Rick Nash and Riley Nash, they just had Nash. But one's a big forward and one's 6'3" and the other's, I don't know, 5'11" or whatever. And it's if you can't tell them apart, I think they were different handedness too. Maybe it's whatever. But yeah, now you have two brothers, both numbers in the 70s. It's tough for the play-by-play guy.
Yeah.
But
you just say Joseph and it's one of them.
Yeah,
I do
exactly.
think the Rick and Riley Nash thing is a little tough too because they
You
both
do
are R.
R-I.
Yeah. It's does that really look good? So, but there's been some other cases like that where brothers have played. I think the Smith brothers, Jamel and Giovanni, both played together, and they did not have any letter, but against both G's there too. So that one doesn't really work either. But yeah, it does seem like they're players in general have been going away from that. But still cool just to have that. It's always cool to have a pair of brothers on the same team. I like that Joseph guy. I don't know how I feel about that Joseph guy though. That's good. This is the whole show now. We don't have any other thoughts. We just sort of read funny
Yeah,
comments other
we didn't
people
read the
say.
news.
Yeah.
We don't even have reactions. They're like, yep.
Yep.
Um,
Sounds
but
good.
here's something you can react to. Marek is leaving Sportsnet. Well, while we're on the topic of reading
Pretty
news, I might as well
crazy.
just read the tweet that he posted.
Go for it.
So he said, firstly, thanks for the outpouring of kind words on Twitter/X. It really means the world to me. After 13 great years at Sportsnet, I'm moving on. It's been an incredible journey, and I'm thankful to have worked alongside so many great people and played a role in bringing sports and hockey news to fans across Canada and the world. More to come soon. Yeah, sad to see him go. I was talking to Brendan about like the 32 Thoughts podcast, which I listen to all those episodes, and like I'm sure Elliot Friedman will continue on with that. Um, but yeah, hopefully, we don't know why. Like there was early reporting saying that he was well. Who was this that reported? Um, some dude named Jonah on Twitter. YYZ Sports Media said that details are scarce, but multiple sources tell me that for unconfirmed draft reasons, Jeff Marek will likely be no longer performing duties at Sportsnet Hockey. And I haven't heard any further details, and that was like a week ago. So I don't know exactly why he's leaving, but hopefully it's like his choice.
Yeah, it was
And
kind
I
of.
don't know what draft reasons would be.
I don't know either. It was kind of weird when it was coming out and nobody was saying anything. Like Elliot Friedman hadn't been saying anything. He wasn't on like the most recent episode of the podcast, so which was a little bizarre. And yeah, Sportsnet didn't come out and say anything for a while, so everyone was just kind of speculating and wondering what the heck was going on. It sounds like he wanted to find like a better opportunity elsewhere, and so like maybe he was like engaging in contract talks while he was still employed with Sportsnet. I'm kind of just speculating, but that's a rumor that I had heard at one stage. I don't know if that's still the prevailing theory, but I think it sounds like it was his choice because he said I'm moving on rather than like Sportsnet decided to go in another direction. Like you could word it in a little more clear way, I guess. But
Yeah.
sounds like we'll know more sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and some article from Saturday said that they are moving on, and we still don't know when or why the breakup occurred. Maybe we'll find out. Hopefully.
Yeah, we'll try to report on that when we have more info.
Yeah, all the articles are from 4 days ago. So, yeah, hopefully he finds work doing whatever he wants to do. But selfishly, I'd like to still see him in the media business somewhere.
Oh yeah, I think a lot of people would. I know he brought a lot to the 32 Thoughts podcast. Like the chemistry between him and Elliot was always pretty revered. So that'll be a tough loss. And just for Sportsnet in general, like the panel and all that. So it's hopefully good news for him, but we'll see what happens going forward with the podcast and just Sportsnet.
I think we
in general.
can recruit him onto ours.
Yeah, maybe he's taking requests for new hosting duties.
Maybe.
The Bread and Jeff and Dean. No, I don't think so.
I mean, if he joins, I would allow it to be the Jeff Loves Hockey podcast.
I don't know.
We'll
if
rename
I
it for him.
Yeah, well, maybe.
But we can't pay him, so I mean,
Yeah. I guess
his own
that's
title.
That's the concession he gets. Like,
Yeah,
look,
we don't have money for you, but we can give you your own title.
that sounds fun, huh? Yeah, you like that, Jeff? Huh?
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
So we've been kind of doing team season previews of like whatever guests we have on. If it's their team, we'll like run through it. But since it's just me and Brendan here, we're just gonna pick a team that seems like they have their roster pretty much together. and just run through the Canucks roster and do a season preview for them as we wrap up today's episode.
I want to look at the projected lines too, because I did not.
I should really figure
forgot
out
what the link was. Hockey
let's
News.
do lineups. The Hockey News lineup.
Oh, there we go.
Vancouver is in the Pacific.
In the Pacific. Still got a head coach of Rick Tocchet, so we'll see how another season with him goes. But I believe he won. Didn't he win the Jack Adams this past season?
I know he was a finalist. I think he won.
I think he did win.
We'll just say he won.
So breaking it down here, the projected lineups according to the Hockey News are DeBrusk, JT Miller, and Brock Besser. Pia
So I just do line by line, so we don't have to say the whole thing and hope people remember it.
Yeah.
Having DeBrusk on the first line is a strategy. He's definitely more of a second line winger, but we've also done that in Boston with like Bergeron, Marchand, and DeBrusk at times. Like he can play up, but like for the whole season, that's probably not where you want him. But like if you look at their second line wingers, they're making both under $2 million. So I guess you put DeBrusk up there. He's your highest paid winger, or second highest paid winger.
Yeah, I don't really know who a better candidate on the team is right now for slotting in. Maybe you think Höglander could fit in there, but
yeah, I think they just need more winger depth, honestly.
Yeah, just looking at the whole forward core, I'm not like super impressed compared to last year.
I mean, their first line is good though. It's still good.
Their first line is definitely good. Wouldn't be surprised if Miller and or Besser get 100-point seasons again. Like even the second line projection of Suter, Pettersson, and Höglander, I mean, they're all pretty young, but I don't know how much upside there is with Suter as far as scoring touch, really. So
yeah, I don't know much about his game. I know Höglander's pretty good.
Yeah.
And obviously Pettersson is like definitely a 2C is like one of the best 2Cs in the league.
Yeah.
Right there. Like, and I guess I don't know, it's probably better than JT Miller too, but I'd argue Miller had like one good year.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Miller end up on the second line at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But
then you got third line Dakota Joshua, Teddy Bluger, and Connor Garland. It's like Bluger's probably a third line center, and Dakota Joshua maybe, and then
I feel like
I guess they're all. I'm like, yeah, I guess they can all be third liners if you like squint.
Yeah, right. I feel like Bluger is best suited for a fourth line center role at this sort of stage. I mean,
they don't have that forward depth.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. And then Heinen, Niels Amon, and Sprong rounding out the bottom.
Then like I said, their top wingers aren't that good. But then like your fourth line, like both those wingers, I'm like, yeah, those are good fourth line wingers. And then their center, I'm like, I don't know much about Amon either.
Like maybe I wouldn't be totally surprised if Sprong ended up jumping into the top 6 at some point. Just given
just not good defensively.
Right, but I guess we'll transition to the defense too, as far as what that looks like. So top pair: Quinn Hughes, Phil Hronek. Yeah,
fine.
I've expressed before I'm not in love with Hronek, and I don't know if I love his new deal. But
yeah, I think it works
decent.
though. I think that pairing will be fine.
That's probably not the reason that they're losing.
Yeah, I'm like, that is a first pair in the league. It's just not the best. Like, it's not like the forwards where I'm like, this guy really shouldn't be up this high. Like these, I'm like, yeah, they can both be top pairing defensemen.
Yeah, okay, I think I can get there.
It's not they're not going to be the best first pairing defense in the league.
Yeah.
By any means.
And then the second pair, Carson Soucy and Tyler Myers.
I'm
That
honestly fine with that too.
I feel like it's a big drop off, in my opinion.
I feel like first to second line is only a decent. I don't know.
I
I don't
guess.
mind that too much.
I mean,
Honestly, I don't mind.
Myers is 34 and a half apparently. Uh, so
Wait, what is today Carson Soucy's birthday? He's 30.0. Probably pretty close.
I don't know. I know Vasilevsky just had his 30th birthday pretty recently as well.
It was 4 days ago.
Happy belated birthday to you, Carson.
He's also pretty old. He's 30.
Yeah,
Well, obviously
30.
I said that. 30.0, yeah. And then their third pairing of Forbort and Darnay, like again, it's like third pairing. I'm like, I don't mind that. Like I don't have
They'll be
many
physical.
issues with their defense. I'm like their forwards are really where the issue is. Same with Buffalo. Maybe I'm just biased. Maybe I just want more scoring on offense. But if I was biased, then I would think I'd have more issues with Boston because they build from the net out. They go like goaltending first, then defense, and then forward. So
Yeah,
like,
they do.
I don't know. And then in net, you got Thatcher Demko and Artur Silov.
I think that's
Demko
fine.
could either be really good or not great. He goes either way, but I think he's
Gotta stay
like,
healthy.
Yeah, gotta stay healthy. I think I mean, he's probably a top 10 goalie.
Yeah, I think most people would say he is. But yeah, I think really it just comes down to if he stays healthy, then they're pretty much set, I think. If not, then there's some major concerns.
Yeah.
They do have some extra forwards: Kiefer Sherwood, Philip DiGiuseppe, and Noah Juleson on D, which that's fine. I think they're all decent fill-in guys, not going to move the needle a ton. They got Podkolzin as well, who's kind of been like expected to make a bigger push. We'll see if he really flourishes. How like if he stays in Abbotsford to start the season. They've got a couple other guys, Ratu maybe get some more looks, but yeah. Again, we're getting into the nitty gritty here. How do you
I guess
feel?
the final. Well, maybe we're on the same page here.
I think
The
so.
final question: are they a playoff team?
You know, I feel like it's tough for me to say no, but
I mean, this is similar to the thing with Boston last year, going into last year's season. It's like, well, obviously they got worse, but did they get like 40 points worse or whatever? Because like, whatever, how many points the Bruins got, like record setting. It's like, are they really gonna lose 30 more points? Did they get that much worse? Like, no, of course not. Like, so they must make the playoffs again.
yeah,
But with the Canucks, it's like, are they gonna get that much worse? But like, they had a lot of luck involved, so that's I don't know. They had 109 points. It's like if you get 10 points worse, then you're like a bubble team. Like I could see
Right.
them being 10 points worse.
and like who potentially in the West could slot in and take that role? Like who do you feel could have, elevated their game? Like do
I
you
mean,
think?
Edmonton, if they didn't lose 50 games in a row, they could have been a lot better.
Right, I do
So
think
like
a
I
lot of
expect
people
a
would
good season
expect them
from them.
to be like first probably in the Pacific.
Vegas will probably bounce back because they're Vegas. Dallas isn't going to get much worse. Like, yeah. So I don't know. I think they're wild card or like third in the division.
Mm-hmm. Which yeah, I think you had what Vegas as a wild card team when we did our prediction with Gifford.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a cop out to be. They're a bubble team. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like every other day we say a team's a bubble team, and then it's like, well, there's only so many slots
Yeah.
available.
Yeah.
I think right now I think I'll still have them in, despite
I won't,
some
instead
of
of
my
saying
gripes.
bubble, I'll stick with I'll say third in the Pacific.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a like a first wild card spot is how I'm feeling.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I think they're still in the playoffs. I think they're just not first for sure.
Maybe my thoughts will change as we get closer and we actually make our preseason brackets. I do like to wait until, at least September to kind of get those going, just so that way everything's fledged out for the most part. You kind of have a look at what the training camps are doing as far as rookies and just how people are doing coming back from injuries. So that's kind of like where I really start to consider everything.
Yeah.
Want to look at some.
I just throw wild
teams,
guesses
too.
out there, and they tend to be right. So.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm like really trying to deep dive, and then it just doesn't go well.
You just gotta listen to your heart.
Well, sometimes I do, and then it doesn't work. So I'm like, okay, I'm not doing that anymore. And then I really try to think about it, and then my gut feeling ends up being right. So whatever I do, it's the wrong time.
Yeah, maybe next
Unfortunately.
time just think of what to do and then do the opposite.
Dean, you've done it again. Oh, I'm gonna go 16 for 16 this time around, I think, Dean.
Yep.
It's all because of you.
You're welcome.
And Dean, I think for you, just do whatever you think is
opposite.
right. Yeah. Don't second guess any initial instincts, and you'll be good.
Yep.
How will you do, audience listener /
Send in
viewer?
your preseason brackets to the email, also on the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, and
Yep.
and thanks for watching.
We'll rate it.
I would be happy with doing that. That sounds fun.
That's all I got.
That's all I got too, folks. Thank you. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and we'll see you very soon.
Yeah. Hey everyone, welcome to the Bread Loves Hockey podcast, episode 53. I got Brendan in the
Hey, I heard
Oh, do you hear that?
Yeah. What the hell, man?